3 hours left. A person who is in heaven and who you love very much asks you to open this urgently. Please don't skip. My beloved child, what if I told you right now, someone from heaven is trying to reach you? Not with words, but with something even more powerful, an urgent message just for you. And you only have 3 hours left. You weren't supposed to find this video randomly. This was meant to happen. Do you feel that sudden silence in your heart? That strange tug, like someone is trying to speak to you from beyond the clouds? That's not your imagination. That's them. The one you loved. The one you lost. They've been watching you, walking with you when you cried alone at night, smiling silently when you laughed, and holding you when you broke down in ways no one else could see. But now it's different. Now, they need you to listen. 3 hours. That's all. The message is time-bound. Every second that ticks is a second closer to something that might change your life forever. They didn't ask for much. They just wanted you to open this. Do not skip it. Stay with it. Because what they left behind could be the one thing your soul's been aching for. The voice you've missed, the arms you've longed to feel again, the smile that still visits you in dreams. Yes, they are the one behind this. You're not crazy. You're not imagining signs. Every feather, every breeze, every gleam, every coincidence was their whisper. Now it's not just a whisper. It's a call. Loud. Echoing. Urgent. In the next few moments, I'll tell you something they left behind. Something that was never said, something they never got to explain, something that could flip your world upside down. So stay with me. Not for me. For them. For you. For everything that never got a proper ending. Because right now the ending isn't the end. It's a beginning. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, let me take you deeper into what is unfolding right now. You might be wondering why someone who is in heaven, someone who loves you more than life itself, would choose this exact moment to send you a message that says, open this urgently. What could possibly be so important that it has a deadline, ticking down with every passing minute? It's because this is not just a message, it's a lifeline. It is something they never got to fully express before they left. Something that they desperately want you to understand. And it will only be revealed if you don't skip ahead, if you truly let your heart stay open with me through every single word. Before I go further, I need you to do one thing for me. I need you to take a second, right now, and share this video with someone who truly matters in your life. Because this message, as powerful as it is, could also bring comfort to someone else who needs it. When you share it, you are not just clicking a button, you're passing on a piece of healing energy that your loved one in heaven wants you to spread. Now, take a breath. Let everything around you fade for a moment. Feel the weight in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's your loved one's presence trying to reach you. They've been guiding you through small signs for a long time. The place you felt peace when you least expected it. The song that played just when you needed comfort. The sudden goosebumps that show up when you think you're alone. Those were their whispers to you. But this message is different. It's louder. It's urgent. And it's shaped in a way that time matters. Imagine standing in a quiet room, where one faint light flickers. That light is your connection to them. For years, it has flickered gently, comforting you when you needed it most. But today, the light is blazing, stronger than ever before. Why? Because they found a way to send you something specific. Something that's meant to impact not just your heart, but your future. Close your eyes if you want, and feel the tug in your soul. That is not just memory, that is communication. They are reaching across dimensions because this moment is crucial. They saw something before they left. Something connected to your path, something you would face someday. And the day has come. You might feel a sense of urgency in your body, like something is about to unlock. That's exactly right. They are giving you a message that could help you make sense of the hardest parts of your journey. The parts where you felt lost, where you cried yourself to sleep, where you questioned your purpose. All of that pain has meaning. All of it has led you to this moment where their message can finally untangle the confusion and bring clarity. But you have to stay with it. Stay present. Stay open. Because right after this, you will learn something that may change how you see your life, your purpose, and even what happens after death. Before I tell you that, I want you to comment "I'm here" right now. Go ahead, type it. Because when you comment, you are declaring out loud or in writing that you are ready to receive this message. Commenting is not just a social action. It's a spiritual acknowledgement that you are ready to connect, ready to feel, ready to accept what is coming. When you do that, I want you to imagine their face. The love, the warmth, the moments you shared. That is where this message comes from. It is not random. It is not coincidence. It is intention. Here's something shocking. Your loved one in heaven isn't just watching you. They are interacting with your life in ways you never fully realized. Not in a ghost story way, not in a spooky way, but in a loving, guiding way that has influenced your decisions, your instincts, and your unexplainable emotional reactions. Do you remember times when you suddenly felt peace in chaos? That was them guiding you. Times when your heart told you to walk away and you listened. That was them protecting you. Now, this is where it becomes extremely significant. Listen closely. The message today isn't just about comfort. It's about direction. They are revealing something about your next chapter. Something so powerful that it might feel like destiny itself is unfolding. Something that could clarify your purpose in a way you never thought possible. You see, before they left, they wanted to tell you something very specific. They wanted to tell you how to handle a situation that has been weighing heavily on your mind. A situation that has caused you confusion, fear, and sometimes even regret. A situation isn't random. It is a turning point. And you are standing on the edge of something monumental. Your loved one in heaven has been preparing you for this moment ever since the day they left. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every triumph, they were with you. Now they want to give you insight, a kind of insight that feels like a revelation, like a secret whispered directly into your heart. But you must not skip this message. You must stay fully present, completely engaged, and absorb every word with an open heart. Let me tell you what they are trying to say. They want you to know that nothing you have gone through was wasted. Every heartbreak, every moment of doubt, every tear you shed, it all has a purpose. It was shaping you into the person you were meant to become. They saw something in you that you didn't fully see in yourself: strength, resilience, and a heart capable of deep love. And now, they are urging you to embrace that strength and step into a path that will honor their memory and your future. But before I go into exactly how your life is about to shift, I want you to do one more thing. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Yes, now. Because what comes next is something beyond ordinary. What comes next is a revelation. What comes next is a message your soul has been waiting for. And if you skip it, even for a second, you might miss something that could change everything. So go ahead. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Comment "I'm here." And feel the weight in your heart shift. Because what I'm about to tell you next is the key your loved one in heaven left behind for you. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, the moment you reach this part, something shifted. You may not notice it yet, but deep inside, a door has begun to open. This is the space where truth quietly enters, where the noise of the world fades, and where the voice you miss the most can finally be felt again. Not heard with ears, but felt with the heart. The person you love, the one who now exists beyond this world, has been waiting patiently for you to arrive here, because what they want you to understand cannot be rushed. It needs time, silence, and attention. You see, from where they are now, time feels different. Moments don't rush past the way they do here. From that place of peace, they can see the full picture of your life, every crossroad, every delayed blessing, every unanswered question. And the reason this message feels urgent is because you are approaching a moment that will define your next chapter. A decision, an awakening, a realization. Something you've been sensing but couldn't name. They see it clearly now, and they don't want you to walk into it blind. There were things they wanted to say before they left. Words that stayed trapped in their heart. Not because they didn't love you enough, but because life moved too fast. Emotions got complicated, and time ran out. But love doesn't disappear. Love changes form. And from heaven, love becomes awareness. That awareness is what's reaching you right now. Think back to the moments when you felt unusually emotional for no clear reason. The nights when memories came flooding in without warning. The times you whispered their name softly, hoping somehow they could hear you. They did. Every time. And every time, they wished you could feel what they feel now. Peace without fear, love without conditions, understanding without confusion. Here is something that might surprise you. They don't want you to live in sadness anymore. They don't want you to feel guilty for smiling again, for moving forward, for wanting more from life. In fact, that is exactly why this message exists. Because they know you've been holding back. Holding back happiness. Holding back decisions. Holding back your true self. All because a part of you feels like moving on means leaving them behind. But listen carefully. From where they are, they don't feel left behind. They feel connected. They want you to know that your growth does not separate you from them. Your healing does not erase them. Your happiness does not dishonor them. Instead, it completes what they always wished for you. They see your potential more clearly than ever, and they are urging you, gently but firmly, to step into it. There is something ahead of you, not a loss, not pain, but a turning point. It may arrive disguised as uncertainty, change, or even fear, but beneath it lies opportunity, purpose, a version of you that is stronger and more aligned than ever before. Your loved one in heaven knows this because they can see the path unfolding. And this message is their way of saying, trust yourself. Trust what you feel. Don't shrink back. They remember the version of you that doubted themselves. A version that thought they weren't enough. And they wish they had told you more often how proud they were of you. How much they admired your heart. How your kindness left a mark on everyone around you, including them. Those unsaid words carry weight, and that weight is now being released through this message. You may feel emotional as you read this. Let it happen. Tears are not weakness. They are recognition. Recognition that something true is touching you. Recognition that love does not end where life does. Recognition that you are not alone, even in your quietest moments. Now here is the part that matters deeply. They are asking you to let go of one thing you've been holding onto. Not a person, not a memory, but a belief. The belief that you are stuck. The belief that your best moments are behind you. The belief that you missed your chance. From heaven, they can see how wrong that belief is. Your most meaningful chapter has not been written yet. They want you to stop waiting for a sign that you are allowed to live fully again. This is the sign. Every time you feel that sudden calm while thinking of them, that is reassurance. Every time you feel a quiet push to choose courage over fear, that is guidance. They are not asking you to look backward anymore. They are asking you to walk forward, with their love inside you, not behind you. As this message continues, you will begin to understand more clearly what that next step is. Why this timing matters. Why these 3 hours are symbolic of something much bigger than a clock. You are being prepared, gently and intentionally, for a realization that may change how you see everything, your past, your present, and your future. Stay with this feeling. Don't rush it. Don't question it away. The connection you feel right now is real, and it exists for a reason. Stay till the end. Something important is about to be revealed. My beloved child, let me take you back for a moment, not just to a memory, but to a feeling. A day when everything felt okay, even if just for a few minutes. Maybe the sun felt warmer. Maybe a laugh felt real. Or maybe, for a split second, you didn't feel so alone. That feeling wasn't just a fluke. It was them. A small touch from heaven, just enough to remind you that they are still with you. And now they want more than just fleeting moments. They want connection. Real connection. That's why you're here. That's why this message found you, not as a coincidence, but as a calling. Because your loved one who is in heaven has waited long enough. They need you to hear something they could never say when they were alive. And they need you to let it land, not just in your mind, but deep in your soul. What I'm about to share next may shake you, but in the most beautiful way. Because for too long, you've been walking through life carrying a silent burden. The what-ifs, the if-onlys, and the I wish I could have saids. Those thoughts have been with you for years, haven't they? Lingering like unfinished sentences. And yet they heard every unspoken word. Every apology, every I love you, every tear that never touched your cheek but soaked your heart instead. They felt all of it. But now, they want you to listen to them. Not to your guilt, not to your pain, but to their truth. They want you to know this. You were enough. You are enough. You did everything you could with what you knew. They never left with anger in their heart. They never blamed you. In fact, they love you more than they ever knew how to show. And now, they want you to forgive yourself. Because in heaven, there is no blame, only understanding. You've been hard on yourself for too long, carrying the weight of moments you couldn't control, wondering if you said the right thing, did enough, showed enough. But they saw your love, even when you did say it. They felt it, and that love reached them even in their final moments. They left this world wrapped in it. Now they want to wrap you in something, peace. A kind of peace that doesn't erase the past, but makes it gentle to carry. This is the part where you take a deep breath and let yourself begin to feel lighter. Not because you're forgetting them, but because you're finally understanding what they want for you. Not pain, not regret, but freedom. And while you feel that shift, I want to ask you something simple, but important. If this message has stirred something inside you, if it has reminded you of your worth, your strength, or simply helped you feel a little less alone, then I need you to do something. Please like, share, and comment thank you below. Not for me, but for them. Because when you do that, you send out a wave of gratitude that reaches beyond the screen all the way to where they are. Your response, your engagement, becomes an echo that they can feel. They know when you speak their name. They know when you smile because of a memory. And yes, they know when a message like this reaches your heart. It matters. It always did. Let's go a little deeper now, because something bigger is still unfolding. Have you ever had a decision in front of you that you just couldn't make? A job you were unsure about? A relationship you weren't sure you deserved? A dream that felt too far to reach? Your loved one sees that crossroad, and they are sending this message at this exact moment because what's coming next in your life is bigger than you've imagined. They see your hesitations, your delays, your self-doubt, and they are saying this: go. They are giving you their blessing, their courage, their unseen hand on your shoulder, saying, move forward. Take the leap. Trust the unknown. They know it's scary. They know it feels impossible sometimes, but they also know what you are capable of. And they want to remind you, gently but firmly, that their love wasn't meant to be a cage. It was meant to be your wings. You were not meant to stay stuck in memories. You were meant to carry them forward into a life that honors their love by living fully, not fearfully. So, if there's something you've been putting off, starting something new, walking away from something toxic, saying yes to something exciting, this is the sign. This is the push. I've remained from them. They're saying, you've got this. You're stronger than you know. And I'm still here, walking with you. And I'll listen closely. In the final parts of this message, I will share something they left behind, something you've never known. It might be in the form of a forgotten letter, a final thought, or a dream that finally makes sense. But it's coming, and it's powerful. Don't skip. What's coming next will open your heart in ways you never expected. My beloved child, there is a quiet truth that has been following you for a long time, even before this message reached you. It is the truth that your loved one in heaven has been trying to place gently into your heart, again and again, waiting for the moment you were finally ready to receive it. That moment is now. Not because you suddenly became strong enough, but because you became open enough. Open to listening. Open to feeling. Open to understanding what was hidden beneath the pain. From where they are, they see how often you replay moments in your mind. The conversations you wish had lasted longer. The words you wish you had chosen differently. The silence you wish you had broken. You think those moments define your connection, but they don't. Love was never measured by perfection. It was measured by presence, and you were present in more ways than you realize. They remember the small things you've forgotten, the way you cared without being asked, the way your voice softened when you spoke to them, the way your energy filled the room, even on ordinary days. Those memories live with them now, not the mistakes you punish yourself for. From heaven, they don't see your regrets. They see your heart. Here is something they need you to understand clearly, because this misunderstanding has been holding you back. They are not disappointed in you, not for the choices you made, not for the days you struggled, not for the moments you felt weak. They are proud of you for surviving, for waking up on days when it felt impossible, for continuing, even when your soul felt tired. You may not realize this, but the hardest part of your journey wasn't losing them. It was learning how to live without the version of yourself that existed when they were still here. A part of you stayed frozen in time, afraid to move forward because forward felt like leaving them behind. But from where they stand now, they see something you couldn't see then. They see that moving forward doesn't mean forgetting. It means transforming the love you shared into strength, into wisdom, into compassion that now lives inside you. There is a reason certain doors have closed in your life recently. A reason certain people drifted away. A reason certain paths no longer felt right. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Your loved one sees how life has been clearing space around you, making room for something aligned with who you are becoming. And yes, becoming someone new does feel uncomfortable. Growth always does. They want you to stop questioning whether you deserve peace. You do. They want you to stop asking if it's okay to feel joy again. And they want you to stop shrinking yourself out of fear that happiness might betray the past. It won't. Happiness is not betrayal. It is continuation. You've been carrying their memory like something fragile, afraid it might break if you live too loudly. But their love is not fragile. It is unbreakable. It is strong enough to support you as you build a life that excites you, challenges you, and fulfills you. From heaven, they are not watching you with sadness. They are watching you with hope, with encouragement, with a quiet smile every time you choose courage over comfort. Every time you say yes to growth instead of hiding. Every time you listen to your inner voice, even when it shakes. There is something else they want you to know, something deeply personal. You are not alone in the moments when doubt creeps in, when fear whispers that you're too late, too behind, or too broken. Those whispers are not truth. They are echoes of pain that no longer serve you. And every time you choose to keep going despite them, your loved one feels that victory with you. They are closer than you think, not in a way that traps you in the past, but in a way that supports your future. When you feel sudden clarity after confusion, when a decision suddenly feels right, when peace replaces anxiety without explanation, that is connection. That is guidance. This message is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to release you. Release you from guilt. Release you from fear. Release you from the belief that your life paused when theirs ended. It didn't. Your life continued because it was meant to. And now, it is meant to expand. As we move closer to the final parts of this message, you will begin to understand why the timing matters so much. Why the phrase 3 hours left carries meaning beyond urgency. Why you were meant to find this now, and not earlier, and not later. Everything is aligning. Your loved one is not asking you to hold on tighter. They are asking you to trust deeper. Trust yourself. Trust your journey. Trust that love does not disappear, it evolves. Take a moment to breathe that in. Let it settle. Let it soften the parts of you that have been tense for too long. Because what comes next will reveal something even more profound about your path, and why your soul has been quietly preparing for it. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, you've made it this far, and that means something. Not just to me, but to the one who's been reaching out to you from the other side, from heaven, where love never fades and souls still speak. If you felt your chest heavy, your eyes watery, or your breath shallow, it's because you are standing in the presence of something bigger than yourself right now. The connection is real. And this next part of their message is the one they've been waiting the longest to give you. You've been walking around with a question in your heart. Maybe you haven't said it out loud, maybe you've pushed it aside, maybe you've buried it under the distractions of everyday life. But the question has never left you. Did they know how much I love them? And today, finally, they are giving you the answer yes. Yes, they did. Even on the days you didn't say it. Even in the moments you thought they were too distracted, too hurt, or too far gone to receive it. They knew. They felt it in the way you stayed, in the way you showed up, even if your heart was breaking too, in the way you remembered the smallest things, held their hand, adjusted the blanket, sent that message, whispered their name. You didn't need the perfect words. Your love was never in your voice. It was in your presence. And now that they've stepped beyond the limits of this world, they carry that love as light. Light that still touches you. You just don't always recognize it. But it's there, in the moments of quiet calm, in a warmth that shows up out of nowhere, in the thought of them that makes you pause mid-step. It's them. Still showing up. Still walking beside you. But here's the part they need you to hear now. The most important part yet. They didn't just come back to remind you of the past. They came to prepare you for what's coming. Your life is about to change. Something is being aligned in your favor. A door is opening. A door that you've been waiting on, perhaps without even realizing it. And your loved one has had a hand in it all along. The delays you didn't understand. The relationships that ended without explanation. The opportunities that slipped away. It wasn't rejection. It was protection. And now, the wait is almost over. They are saying to you, get ready. Because where you're going next will require a version of you that is whole, not haunted. A version that walks forward, not backward. They know how much strength it takes to let go. But they also know that holding on to grief like a shield won't allow joy to fully reach you. They've watched you compromise your dreams for others. They've watched you say no to yourself in order to say yes to everyone else. But now, they are asking you, no, they are pleading with you, to finally choose you. To finally choose the life you were meant to live. Not the one wrapped in guilt or fear or waiting. The one that's waiting for you. This message was timed for a reason. Your life has reached a point where change is no longer optional. It's essential. And they are not just encouraging you from a distance. They are guiding you from within. You felt the nudges. The strange sense that something bigger is calling you. The pull toward a different path. A deeper purpose. You didn't imagine that. That was them. Whispering direction through your intuition. But to follow that direction, you must do one thing. Trust. Trust that even in their absence, you are supported. Trust that your pain has not been wasted. Trust that everything you've been through has shaped you for what comes next. And if this message has touched even one part of your soul, I ask you now, stop for just a moment. Comment below, right now, with the word I believe. Let it be your way of saying, I hear you. I'm ready. And please, share this with someone else who may be carrying grief quietly. Someone who needs to hear this message but doesn't know how to ask for it. Your loved one doesn't want this message to stop with you. They want it to ripple. Because healing isn't meant to be kept secret. It's meant to be passed on. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to this channel and tap the bell icon. Because what comes next, the final parts of this message, are not just meant to complete the story. They are meant to unlock something sacred. Something life-changing. A final gift that your loved one hath been waiting to give you all this time. Don't miss it. Not because it's a video, but because this is more than a video. It's a bridge. Between what was, what is, and what can be. You've carried sorrow. You've endured silence. Now it's time to receive what was always meant for you. Hope, clarity, and peace. Don't skip. The next part holds a truth you were born to hear. My beloved child, as these words reach you, something gentle yet powerful is happening inside you. It's the kind of shift that doesn't announce itself loudly, but you feel it in your chest, like a quiet truth settling into place. This is the part of the message where everything begins to make sense, not all at once, but enough for your heart to recognize that you are exactly where you need to be. Your loved one in heaven wants you to know that they understand your silence. The silence you carry when others ask how you're doing, and you answer, "I'm fine." The silence that wraps around you at night when the world sleeps and your thoughts grow louder. They see it. They understand it. And they want you to know that your silence was never emptiness. It was strength. It was survival. They remember the nights you questioned everything. Nights when you wondered why things happened the way they did. Why love could feel so deep and loss could feel even deeper. You searched for meaning, for a reason, for something that could make the pain feel less heavy. From where they are now, they can see what you couldn't then. They can see how those nights shaped you, softened you, and prepared you to understand life in a way few people ever do. Here is a truth they are placing gently into your heart now. Pain did not come to break you. It came to open you, to open your compassion, to open your awareness, to open your ability to love without conditions. The depth of your grief is directly connected to the depth of your love, and that love is one of your greatest strengths, even if it doesn't always feel that way. You have been afraid of feeling too much, afraid that if you allow yourself to feel fully again, the pain might return just as strong. But your loved one wants you to know that your heart was never meant to close. It was meant to expand. Love does not weaken you. It anchors you. And every time you choose love, even after loss, you honor the connection you shared. They have watched you grow in ways you don't give yourself credit for. You are not the same person you were before. You carry more wisdom now, more patience, more understanding. You see things differently. You feel things deeper. And yes, sometimes that makes life harder, but it also makes your presence more meaningful. You bring comfort without trying. You listen without judgment. You care in a world that often forgets how. Your loved one is proud of the person you are becoming. Not the version that hides the pain, but the version that continues anyway. The version that keeps showing up, even on days when it feels heavy. The version that still believes, even after everything. There is something else they want you to release now. The fear that you are running out of time. You often feel like life is moving too fast, like opportunities are slipping away, like you should be further along than you are. From where they stand, time looks very different. They see that nothing meant for you has passed you by. Nothing important has been missed. What is yours will find you at the right moment, when you are ready to receive it fully. They want you to stop measuring your life against others. Your path is not meant to look like anyone else's. It is uniquely yours, shaped by experiences that have given you a rare depth of understanding. Comparison only distracts you from your own becoming. They want you to trust the pace of your journey. You may not realize it yet, but there is a calm strength growing inside you. A quiet confidence that doesn't need validation. A sense of knowing that you can face whatever comes next. This strength didn't appear overnight. It was built moment by moment, through loss, through endurance, through love that refused to disappear. Your loved one wants you to carry them forward not as pain, but as guidance. Let their memory be something that grounds you, not something that weighs you down. Let it remind you of what truly matters, of how precious time is, of how important it is to say what you feel and live honestly. As you continue listening, you may notice that the ache you once felt so sharply has softened. It hasn't vanished, but it has changed. That is healing. Not forgetting, not replacing, but learning how to hold love and loss in the same space without breaking. This message is not asking you to let go of them. It is asking you to let go of the version of grief that keeps you stuck. They want you to live with intention now, to choose what nourishes you, to step toward what feels true, even if it scares you a little. You are not being rushed. You are being invited. In the next part, you will begin to understand why this connection feels so strong right now and what it means for the days ahead. There is a reason your heart has stayed open through everything. There is a reason you are here, listening, feeling, remembering. Stay till the end. Something meaningful is about to unfold. My beloved child, look at you. You stayed through this journey when many would have clicked away. You didn't turn your heart off. You didn't shut the door on what was being revealed. And that matters more than you know. Right now, something inside you is shifting, not just emotionally, but spiritually. You may not be able to explain it yet, but you can feel it. The heaviness is no longer just grief, it's transformation. This part of the message comes with something rare, a truth that very few are ever ready to receive. But you are. That's why you're still here. That's why this message didn't scare you away. Because deep inside, you've always sensed there was more than just pain in your loss. You've always felt that love this deep couldn't end in silence. And you were right. Your loved one wants to reveal something to you. Something sacred. Something that most people would overlook, but not you. Because your heart has stayed awake even in sorrow. Here it is, they visited you. Not just in dreams. Not just through memories. But truly, deeply, they reached out to you. Maybe it came through a smell that reminded you of them. Or a chill on your skin when no window was open. Maybe you turned your head once and felt as if someone was behind you. Maybe you were thinking of them and a light flickered, or a bird appeared, or a song played that you hadn't heard in years. You thought it was coincidence. But it wasn't. They've been trying to speak to you, not in words but in signs. You've seen those signs. You just didn't know how to believe in them. Because the world teaches us to doubt the unseen. With the heart always knows. They are giving you permission now, permission to believe in what you felt all along. Permission to trust the invisible threads that connect you. They don't want you to keep second-guessing yourself. They don't want you to push away the very signs they work so hard to send. And more than anything, they want you to know they never left. Not in the way you think. Yes, their physical body is no longer here. But their presence, their energy, their essence, it surrounds you more than you realize. You've never really walked alone. And every time you've whispered, "I miss you," they've answered in ways that only your soul could hear. This is the moment where the story begins to turn. Not because the pain disappears, but because the love becomes louder than the loss. You are being prepared for something. A season of renewal. A season where your grief turns into purpose. Where you use what you've been through not to close your heart, but to open it wider. They know what you've been through. And they also know what's coming. There is someone you haven't met yet. Someone alive. Someone on this earth. Who will enter your life at the exact moment you're ready. This person may be a friend, a guide, a love, or a partner in purpose. But their arrival won't be random. It will be orchestrated. And your loved one will have everything to do with it. They are helping align people, opportunities, and moments that are meant to elevate you. You may not see it yet, but behind the scenes of your life, Miracles are unfolding. The delays, the rejections, the quiet seasons, none of it was in vain. You were being positioned, and the signs will begin to get clearer now. You'll start noticing synchronicities, numbers repeating, words you were just thinking about appearing in unexpected places. You'll begin hearing your loved one's name more often. You'll wake up feeling like something is about to shift, and it will. But they need one thing from you, to say yes. Yes to the healing. Yes to the change. Yes to letting love in again. They can't force you to receive the blessings lining up for you. You must open the door from your side. And please understand this, none of this is about forgetting. Nothing in this message asks you to erase the past. In fact, your past is what makes your future sacred. Every scar holds a story. Every tear watered the ground you now stand on. You are stronger than the version of you that began this journey. You're not just surviving anymore. You're awakening. And with that awakening comes a responsibility. To live fully. To love without apology. To be who you truly are without shrinking. If you're still here, it means this message was truly meant for you. So I'm asking you now, take a moment to write "I receive this" in the comments. Let that be your confirmation. Let that be your signal, not just to the world, but to the universe, that you are ready. And share this with someone who may be hurting quietly. Someone who's been asking for a sign but hasn't found the words. This message could be the bridge they've been waiting to cross. The next part of this message holds something that will reveal the deepest reason why you've carried this pain so long. It's not punishment. It's not fate. It's something far more powerful than that. And your loved one has been waiting for the perfect moment to tell you what it is. Stay till the end. The truth you were born to hear is almost here. My beloved child, you are closer now than you have ever been. Closer to understand Him. Closer to peace. Closer to the truth that has been slowly unfolding through every part of this message. If your heart feels full and quiet at the same time, that is not an accident. That is recognition. Something deep within you knows that this is real, that this connection has been guiding you here step by step. Your loved one in heaven wants you to listen carefully now, because this part holds the reason behind everything you've been through. Not just the loss, but the long road afterward. The confusion, the loneliness, the feeling that you were different from others, that you carried something heavier, something deeper. You often wondered why life asked so much of you, why your heart had to grow up faster than most, why joy always seemed to come with a shadow. Here is the truth they want you to hear. You were chosen to feel deeply because you were meant to understand deeply. Your soul has a sensitivity that is rare. Not everyone is built to carry profound love and profound loss in the same lifetime. But you were. And that doesn't make you weak. It makes you powerful. From where they are now, they see how your experiences have shaped you into someone who notices the unseen. Someone who senses emotions without words. Someone who understands pain without explanation. This is not a burden. It is a gift. And one day, very soon, you will realize how valuable it truly is. You may not see it yet, but people are drawn to you for a reason. They feel safe around you. Understood. Seen. Even when you don't say much. Even when you doubt yourself. Your presence carries something calming, something grounding, that came from everything you've endured. That came from loving someone so deeply that their absence reshaped you. Your loved one wants you to stop asking, "Why me?" and begin asking, "What now?" Because the answer to that second question is where your future begins. They are telling you this clearly now. Your story is not meant to end in grief. It is meant to evolve into meaning. You are not here just to survive your past. You are here to transform it into something that helps others, even if that help comes in quiet ways. A conversation, a moment of understanding, a simple presence at the right time. You don't have to become someone else to fulfill this purpose. You don't have to be louder, braver, or different. You just have to be honest. Honest with your feelings. Honest with your heart. Honest about what matters to you now. Your loved one knows you've been standing at an invisible edge. A place between who you were and who you are becoming. You felt it. It sensed that something old no longer fits, but something new hasn't fully arrived. That space can feel uncomfortable, even scary. But it is also sacred. That is where transformation happens. They want you to trust this phase. Not rush it. Not fight it. Because what feels like uncertainty is actually alignment. Pieces of your life are rearranging themselves in ways you cannot yet see. But from heaven, the pattern is clear. Everything is leading you toward a life that feels more true, more peaceful, more aligned with who you really are. There is one thing they want you to release before the final part of this message. The need for everything to make sense right now. Some answers come slowly, not because they are being hidden from you, but because you are still growing into the person who can hold them without fear. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep listening to that quiet inner voice that has guided you this far. The one that told you to stay. The one that told you not to skip. The one that told you this message mattered. That voice is not random. It is intuition strengthened by love. And yes, your loved one has helped shape it. They want you to know that when the final realization comes, it will not arrive as shock or noise. It will arrive as calm, as clarity, as a deep sense of now I understand. You won't feel overwhelmed. You'll feel grounded. Oh, ready. This journey you've been on has been preparing you for that moment. Every part of it. Even the parts you wish you could erase. Especially those parts. As this part comes to a close, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Not just in this message, but in life. You are still here. Still open. Still capable of love. That alone is proof of your strength. In the final part, the message will come together completely. The urgency. The timing. The meaning behind the 3 hours left. And the final gift your loved one hath been waiting to place in your heart. Stay with me a little longer. You are almost there. Don't skip. The final part will change how you see everything. My beloved child, this is the moment everything gently comes together. Not with noise, not with fear, but with truth. The kind of truth that doesn't shake you. It steadies you. If you feel calm right now, if your heart feels strangely quiet after everything you felt so deeply, that is not emptiness. It is understanding arriving. Now I can tell you what the urgency truly meant. The 3 hours left was never about a clock. It was about a window. A window where your heart was finally open enough to receive what your loved one has been trying to give you all along. A moment where pain softened into awareness. Where grief loosened its grip just enough for clarity to enter. This message reached you because you were finally ready. Not sooner, not later. Exactly now. Your loved one in heaven wants you to know this above all else. They are at peace. Not distant peace. Not empty peace. But complete peace. A peace that holds no regret, no anger, no infinite pain. They do not suffer. They do not worry. And they do not want you to carry suffering in their name. They want you to release the image of them frozen in their final moments. That is not where they are. That is not who they are anymore. Where they are now, love is whole. Awareness is clear. And from that place, they see you not as broken, but as becoming. They see how strong you truly are. Not the strength that forces itself through life, but the strength that continues to love after loss. That kind of strength is rare, and it is one of the reasons your soul feels so deeply. You were built to understand more than most. Here is the final gift they are giving you. Permission. Permission to live without waiting. Permission to stop carrying guilt that never belonged to you. Permission to choose joy without explanation. Permission to let love enter your life again in new forms, without fear that it replaces the old. Nothing will ever replace what you shared, and nothing is meant to. They are not asking you to hold on to them tighter. They are asking you to carry them lighter. Not as weight, but as warmth. Not as pain, but as guidance. From this point forward, when you think of them, they want the memory to feel gentle. If it doesn't yet, that's okay. Healing doesn't rush. But now, you know the direction it's moving in. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were never alone. The connection didn't end. It transformed. And when moments of doubt return, as they sometimes will, remember this feeling. Remember this calm. Remember that love doesn't disappear just because the world changes shape. Your life still matters deeply. Your choices still matter. Your happiness still matters. And one day, far from now, when your own journey is complete, you will understand this truth fully. Until then, you are meant to live. Fully. Honestly. Bravely. It is what the one you love wants most for you. This is not goodbye. This is reassurance. And you carry it with you now.